follow that up, but oh my goodness.
Is that a good height for you?
I think we're good, right?
Yeah, we're good.
Sorry, I'm too short. God, yeah, I don't even know how to follow that up. Oh my goodness. All right. So it should be pretty easy to get hours of community service, but when you only have 3 out of the 16 you need for your club, it suddenly becomes a lot harder than it should be. It's that time of the year where my school does an event called Every Child's Dream. During this event, kids from our local homeless shelters come and they get Christmas presents and they get to meet Santa, and it's overall a beautiful winter wonderland. The problem is, I've never done this event before, so I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. But I really need these hours, so I don't exactly have a choice. My art teacher has mentioned that she wants a few people to dress up as Disney princesses. So, me being myself and not being a normal 10th grader and going, I'll be an elf or I'll be a waiter, I go, sure, I'll be a Disney princess, and my friend Noelle agrees with me, because I drag her into everything. But again, being myself, I don't want to be some damsel in distress, pretty little princess. I decide I'm going to be Princess Merida. Because, to put it frankly, she's a badass. But what I neglected to think about was that she has long curly red hair and that she is Scottish. Now, in my family we do accents all the time, but I don't know how well mine is. I have been told by a certain person in the back of the room that mine is not good. Oh yeah. So, calling you out right here. But, so I don't know. But, you know, my brother and his friend offer to take me and my friend to a local thrift store so we can find a 10th century looking dress. Sounds easy enough. And on the car right there, my brother's friend turns to me and he goes, I don't know why you're doing this event. These kids don't really appreciate all the hours of work you put in. It's kind of ridiculous. Excuse me? I've been told how wonderful this event is and how emotionally invested you are to these kids. Now I'm being told that they don't care about all the hours of work we put in? I don't know what to say. But I really need these hours, so I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. So I get into the thrift store and I find this interesting green satin dress that comes about to my knees. And it looks like it was forcefully dragged out of the 80s, including nice little shoulder pads that are falling apart. But it's the closest thing in the store to her dress, so I'm gonna work with it. So I get it home and I put it in the sink to clean it, and the water turns a nice murky brown, and little flecks of God knows what come off of it.
Oh my God.
So now I'm frankly disgusted and rather pissed. But again, I have no other choice. So I go online, and I find this very, to be frank, perfect wig. It's the perfect size, it looks like Merida's, and it looks realistic. So it comes to my house, I take it out of the box, and I notice it's kind of heavy. Put on the wig cap, put on the wig, and it weighs a ton. And it keeps falling off of my head whenever I run around pretending I'm Merida, you know, with my little bow and pachoo. But, so I pull it off and I look back at the wig and there's a good chunk of my hair stuck in it. This is working out great, isn't it? So I work with what I have, and now it's about the night before the big event, and me and my mom are trying to adjust this dress. She goes, this isn't working. We're gonna need to fix it. We're gonna make a new one. Okay, it's 9 o'clock the night before the event. Sure, that's fine. So now it is the ominous date that I have been dreading for 2 weeks. I have my dress, I have my wig, and I put everything on, and you know what? I frankly look like a walking train wreck. My friend's Rapunzel, so she looks adorable with her little braid and her pink dress and her little shoes, and I look horrible. I have a dress that is 2 sizes too big for me because I was an idiot and went to bed early while my mother stayed up the entire night, thank you very much, to make the dress. And the arms come about down to my knees if I don't pull them up all the way. So I really look ridiculous. I have this ridiculous wig on that is ripping out my hair, and I also realize I need to take off my glasses. And frankly, all I see is blobs. They're all blurry and mushy. I can't even see your faces. So now I have to be miserable and go walk around with kids and I can't even see them. So this is working out perfectly. So we get up to the big doors that lead to this party, and I take one glance at my friend, and we walk in. And we get in there, and it's a very fuzzy winter wonderland. Everything is, there's Christmas lights, and it looks beautiful. And there's a group of kids that notice us. And I put on the fakest Disney princess smile that I can, and I get ready for my accent, and I go in, and I get ready. So, I suddenly feel a little tug on my dress, and I look down, and there's a kid. So I bend down to see her face, and the biggest pair of brown eyes come into my view. And this little girl smiles at me with missing her 2 front teeth and this big, beautiful smile. And she goes, "You're my favorite princess, Merida. I love you so much. I've seen your movie 4 times." And I just melt. And she jumped into my arms and I hugged her right back, and I just was taken back to my trips to Disney World as a kid, where I'd be waiting in anticipation in the heat, waiting to meet my favorite Disney princess that I've looked up to my entire life. And I realized this entire time I'm thinking about how miserable I am, when in reality this event isn't about me in any way, shape, or form. This is about these kids and giving them their trip to Disney World, and frankly, their Christmas. So I need to stop thinking about myself. So I learned that true bravery, like Merida has taught me, is putting others before yourself. That's my story.
What a fantastic story! What a great job, and what a wonderful moment. And I think I donated that green dress. I think I was in college in those years, and I think I donated that dress, and I'm glad that it went to some worthy cause.
And she did look bad. She looked fabulous.
I was gonna say that was the
Of course, I wish we had a picture of her.
I think I saw you,
Oh.
and I loved it. She had a bow, and she had boots, and she was badass.
Was it last year's?
I've done it for 2 years.
Because I remember seeing
Wonderful.
Noelle as Rapunzel and you, yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing that.